Where can you snorkel for free off the beach without a car and no guide? We review all the beaches where you can do that in Aruba, and stay tuned. Where are we?
We are in Aruba, and we have been here for a month now doing some amazing snorkeling. By the way, my name is Steve. This is Chris. We are EatWalkLearn. We've been traveling the world for 3 years. Yeah. But this month we're in Aruba, and we've been snorkeling and going to the beach every single day, and excited to tell you about all of our adventures.
Yeah, so first of all, we don't have a car. We don't pay for tours, or we generally don't pay for tours. And we wanted to do as many snorkeling holes as we possibly could. So everything we're going to share with you today, you can do without a car, you can do it on the bus, and you can do it for free. Now, in order to do it for free, you have to have some snorkel gear. So our first tip for you is make sure you bring snorkel gear with you. So before we left the States, we purchased our snorkel gear from Amazon. We got a nice mask and a nice snorkel, and it came in a nice bag. And this was like $20. This was the best $20 or $40 that we spent because it saved us so much money. You can rent snorkel gear here in Aruba. We found a place that rents it for about $10 a day, which is a good price, but you know, you use it more than twice, you might as well own it. So that is what we did. Yep. And in order to get that rental gear, you have to have a car.
That's right. And I've done a lot of scuba diving, and I could say that this mask that we got from Amazon was really good. We didn't have any problem with fogging up, which is typically the problem that you have with scuba masks and dive masks. And it was good quality. And so I'd say there's a lot, you could spend a lot more money. You could also probably spend less money. I wouldn't spend necessarily less money. You want to make sure that you get a good mask and snorkel, and we found it for 20 bucks.
Yeah, so we'll put the link in the description down below for where we got it on Amazon, the name and the brand. Okay, so we're going to start with our favorite snorkel spots, not necessarily in favorite order, but in geographical order. So we're going to start at the bottom of the island and work our way up. That doesn't necessarily mean we like one over the other. We're just telling you geographically as you follow along. So we'll show you a map. So the first place we went snorkeling was Baboo Beach. Not the first place, one of the places, but the most southern place we went was Baboo Beach. What a great place.
Yeah, Baboo Beach is named Baboo Beach because they built a protected area, and it's very shallow, so a lot of locals go there, a lot of families go there. It's really a great beach to just hang out, and the snorkeling was really nice.
Yeah, nice calm water, not fantastic fish necessarily that we saw, but a nice range of fish. And by the way, this video is not about the fish, it's about the beaches. So we're going to show you beach shots, not necessarily fish shots. To get to Baboo Beach, you just take the bus all the way down to the bottom, down to San Nicolas, and then you have to walk a little bit. It's not the most convenient on the bus, but you can get there by bus. So the next beach we went to is kind of a controversial beach. So a lot of people know that Aruba has a sea glass island where it's just loaded with sea glass. The reason why it's loaded with sea glass is it used to be the dump, and Aruba used to dump all of its trash out there. So Sea Glass Island is just off the coast. I mean, you can see it, it's so close.
It is close, but there is a boat channel in between, and we strongly recommend you do not try to swim out to Sea Glass Island. There's currents, there's winds, it does get deep, there are boats, and I know even if you're a strong swimmer, just don't do it.
So that was us. And we could have paid someone $100 a head to take us on a 2-minute boat ride out there. But you know, we started thinking, you know, first of all, it's kind of controversial to go out there. The locals aren't too keen on tourists going out to Sea Glass Beach, or Sea Glass Island. So we thought, you know what? I'll bet you there's sea glass on the beach across from the island.
Right.
So we actually did a little sleuthing, and we did a little walking. We went over to Z Rovers, and then we walked, what, 10, 15 minutes from Z Rovers around the corner to the beach. And lo and behold, we found a little beach that we could go snorkeling. How was the snorkeling, do you think?
Yeah, well, I want to talk about Z Rovers with some amazing fresh fish and great to eat. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You think about it, we're snorkeling and then we're eating. Wait a second.
And I'm vegan, so, you know, anyway, I really like the plantains and Z Rovers, but the fish is good. Anyway, the point being that yes, the snorkeling.
Snorkeling right off of the beach was pretty decent, and it's, again, there's easy to get to, and no need to go out to Sea Glass Island.
Right.
You could do it right off the shore and not have to try to get out to the island. And,
right. So the snorkeling itself was okay. We did see a black and white or black and yellow moray eel, which is a little exciting. And we did find some fabulous pieces of sea glass actually on the shoreline where we were snorkeling from. So I got a blue piece, a red piece, and a yellow piece, all really rare in the sea glass world. So maybe that's the place that you go sea glass hunting and not so much on Sea Glass Island. So number 3. So this one we really loved is Surfside Beach. It actually was 4 or 5 miles or 4 or 5 blocks from our Airbnb. You can see our video here about where our Airbnb was, but it was right downtown Oranjestad. And we just walked here, 10, 15 minute walk to our little beach at Surfside Beach, right underneath Pincho's restaurant, the Pier and Pincho's restaurant.
There's a theme here. Underneath restaurants is where there's good snorkeling. But yeah, and again, for us, because we were staying at an Airbnb right downtown, it was so easy to walk to and so easy to get to. So we'd be like in the middle of the afternoon, we'd be like, hey, you want to go for a swim? And it's like, yeah, let's grab the snorkel gear and let's go down and go for a swim. So we met some fabulous people there. Lots of locals, families hang out there. We saw on Sunday, there was a wedding on the beach there, you know, and so it's a great spot to go to.
The snorkeling was good too. We went so many times, we kind of saw a resident school of fish that we would check in on every time. And they had there was a snake there, a black and white snake was there. That was kind of, but really nice little local, not spectacular, but for the location, it was fantastic. I do want to say on all these 3 beaches so far, there is shade that you can sit underneath. You can sit underneath the divvy trees. And you can bring a chair if you want to. We normally, when we go snorkeling, we just hop in the water and come back out. So we don't necessarily need chairs, but you certainly could bring them. Again, go to C-Mart and buy your chair rather than rent it. Okay, number 4, Eagle Beach. Now this is a beautiful beach. So many things to do there. We had a good time. We got those bikes, right?
Yeah, we rode bikes there and we went out to all the shops. And again, this is the area on the island where most of the tourists hang out. So this is where all the hotels are and the resorts and the casinos, lots of shopping, all the, places like restaurants, like, I don't go, can we start? Anyways, it is not the place that we typically hung out in because we were staying in the city. And so when we did go out to Eagle Beach, it was a beautiful beach, but not for snorkeling.
Yeah. I mean, we rode our bikes up and down the boardwalk and we went swimming there. The beautiful white sand, beautiful trees, beautiful, you can rent a pagoda thing. It was what, $15 or something that you have to pay to rent. Bring your own chair or rent a chair. Really great place to swim, not a great place to snorkel. Yeah. So moving north from Eagle Beach, we went to the Baboo Shipwreck. I don't think you're even going to see this on anybody's notes about the Baboo Shipwreck. We actually were just on the bus and we're like, is that a ship out there? Let's get off the bus and go. So it's right near, just south of Malbec, right?
Malbec, yeah.
Yep. And right off the shore, just walk right in.
Yeah, we went there. When we were there, it was pretty low tide. So the water was really shallow, easy to get out to. Again, if you're not a strong swimmer, we highly caution you about this one because you do have to go out quite a ways to get to the shipwreck. And then also you have to be really careful here because it's a shipwreck, right? So there's big pieces of metal sticking out of the water and, barnacles and all kinds of things.
And all the rusty bits.
Yeah. But we saw an octopus there. We saw some fabulous fish and out and around the shipwreck. It was really beautiful. One of my favorite spots to go to for snorkeling.
Yeah, and the current certainly picks up out there. So, we recommend maybe even having a life jacket when you go out there. Because it is it's worth going out there, and if you feel like you've got the swimming skills, definitely go. Yeah. Now, not where you need swimming skills is the next place we went you need swimming skills, but Boca Catalina. Now, this was a really, really great beach and tons of snorkeling. This is where all the tours take people. They anchor off, 100 yards out or whatever, and then people jump off the boats and snorkel right around about 100 yards out.
Yeah.
But
and you're going to say the great thing about it is a protected area where they've got some buoys and some ropes that protect off the area for the swimmers, so you won't have any of the boats coming into that particular area, and it's really a large area. So you don't have to worry about the boats. But the advantage of having this rope area is that you can if you get a little tired, you just hang onto the rope for a minute, it's just, and you can be out there for ages. And this snorkeling was magnificent. I think that was my favorite spot for snorkeling. Also with the there's coral that's growing out there, nice and healthy,
and some sea turtles we saw.
The turtles are out there that are frolicking in the water.
They were off to the left.
Yeah.
So what's really great about this beach is all you have to do is swim maybe 25 to 50 yards, and then you can grab onto the rope, and then you can just kind of swim and hold on to the rope and pull yourself to the left and to the right, and you can go quite a distance. I mean, several hundred yards easily over reefs and things. So for those who may be a little bit intimidated by the currents or the waves or swimming in general, of course, we always are recommending that you know how to swim and you know what your level of safety is. So we don't want to put you in danger, but this is probably the beach or Baby Beach were probably the two easiest places to go snorkeling.
Yeah, it was great.
And what's also nice is this particular Boca Catalina, the bus stops right there. I mean, you have like a 5-foot walk from the bus to the sand.
Right,
that was probably the most, at that and Baboo Beach were the most easiest to get to by bus.
Yeah, and just a little tip. So when you get on the bus, just tell the driver where you're going and he'll make sure that you get off at that spot.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the last place, the most furthest north that we want to tell you about is Arashi Beach. Now, we really love this beach. This is actually the first place I think we went and snorkeled.
I think so.
And we went with our friends, and we kind of made it a beach day. We brought our chairs. We sat underneath a divvy tree. I think we brought some beverages with us. And we just hung out, and we get hot, and we go out and snorkel, and we come back, and so on. Not a lot of people there. It wasn't very crowded, and it was less of a touristy destination, but still good snorkeling.
Yeah, definitely, and there is parking there, so there were people that were driving up to that particular beach area, but it wasn't crowded.
And the bus stops right there too.
Again, it just felt super laid back and not a lot of tourists. Great snorkeling. You could see there's a number of different areas. Just again, another little tip where there's grassy areas. That's where the fish
Mm-hmm.
hang out, as opposed to the beautiful sandy white sandy bottom. And so that was just, a great beach, and one that I want to go back to.
So we're just going to tell you really quick how to take the bus. It's super, super easy. You can hop on it downtown. It's right behind the big pink mall, the wedding cake building, I think is what it's called. Or you'll see the signs, there's big yellow signs that designate the bus stop. The bus, if you go north, it's one way, one fare. If you go south, it's one fare from downtown. So if you're only going north, you pay once, but if you're going from the top of the island all the way to the bottom of the island, you would pay twice. And what you pay is $2.50 in US dollars or $4.50 in $4.50 in florin. So what we would do is we would hand the bus driver a $5 bill for the two of us, or a 10 florin bill for the two of us for one way, and he would give us a little change back, and that would get us back and forth. It's cash only. And the bus driver will make change. I wouldn't try to push him past a $20 bill or a $25 florin. If you have anything bigger than that, make sure you come on with change. There's also a turnstile when you get on the bus. So it inhibits your ability to bring any luggage, any big carrying items, any big coolers, anything like that. So you definitely have to be, backpack and portable when you're on the bus. Super easy. The bus runs about every 20 minutes. Easy to pick up, easy to flag them down. Just wave them, flag them down, and the bus drivers are super helpful and super friendly, and so are the locals on the bus. Also, just as a note, in the afternoon, about 4 or 5 o'clock is when a lot of the locals go back and forth to work. So be respectful for them. They're tired. Let them have your seat. It's their bus. You're just a tourist, a visitor on it, trying to enjoy the day. Let them have the seat, and you stand and enjoy your ride and watch the water. Thanks for hanging in with us. Make sure you watch our other Aruba videos. The next video we're going to do is how much it cost us to stay a month in Aruba, and you can watch that right here. Or if you want to know about our Airbnb, you can watch that right here. See you soon.